Welcome to Ask Me When It's Over, a series where I look back on my 30-plus year career and I share experiences and insights. The series name comes from a response I would often give during the parts of my career where I was crazy busy with children and travel, and people would say, "How do you do it?" And I'd say, "I don't know. Ask me when it's over." There's an introduction video available for those who'd like a little more on my background and why I'm doing this series. But in short, I think of it as a way of giving back and mentoring virtually for so many people who are working remotely these days. So imagine we're sitting at a cafeteria or in a break room, and we'll cover topics like people management and project management, organizational change and work-life balance, and even some things about how to work in a regulated industry. So today's episode, I want to share a method I use for as part of project management and actually overall to focus on the end user. And what I mean by that isn't just like an end user of a product that's being developed by a company I'm supporting or a software system of who's going to sit down and use that software system, but I mean an end user of anything I'm producing, whether it's an email or a status report or a deliverable of some sort, but it also can be meetings, whether it be big meetings or just one-on-one meetings. And even a one-on-one meeting with someone I'm working for, someone I'm working with, or someone who's working for me. So those people are end users of whatever I'm doing. Now, some folks use the term audience and think about the audience of who you're interacting with, but I like end user because it's not about them just passively receiving information, but it's about what are they going to do with it and how are they end users of whatever it is I'm producing. And I try to think of it from their perspective. Do I know what they need from what I'm providing? What are they going to do with it next? And how will they use what I'm producing? And do I really understand where they're coming from? Can I provide information in ways that'll help them do what they have to do with it and be more effective going forward? Because it isn't just about what it takes me to produce it. No matter what level of effort I put in, if it's not usable to those who I'm trying to provide it to, then it doesn't matter what it took for me to do it on my part. This mindset of thinking of most people as end users of whatever I produced worked very effectively for me for most of my career, but I did find myself struggling whenever I had to interact with executive leadership. I would be told that I was getting into too much detail or that what I was providing just wasn't helping them. And it finally dawned on me it was because I couldn't relate to executive leaders as end users. I didn't know what it was like to be in their shoes. Most of the other things I do, emails, meetings, I know what it's like to be on the receiving end, but I didn't understand what it was like to be an executive leader at that point in my career. So I set about a professional development goal, and I asked people for informational interviews with a variety of leaders at the company I was at the time, and people were so generous with their time. They sat down with me, and I asked them, tell me about your typical day, the meetings you go to, the information you get. What's most helpful? What frustrates you? What would you wish people would know? And they were so thrilled to have me ask these questions because they want to be productive. They want to be effective. It made a huge difference. I saw executives as humans. They're going from meeting to meeting. They don't always know what it is you're getting into detail about. Do you want a decision? Do you need them to clear a roadblock? Do you just want to inform them of status? Let them know up front is what they were saying. We don't always know what you want from us. So I made a simple change that now any email I send or any communication or status meeting I have with an executive, I open with what is it I'm looking for from them? Am I just giving them information? Do I need them to help clear a roadblock? Or are we looking to make a decision in this meeting, and are we going to provide the information they need to make that decision from? So this approach of thinking of everyone as an end user has helped clarify also what counts as done. For any task I'm doing, it's not done just when I'm complete with my action item. It's only done if those I'm providing it to, the end users, got what they needed out of it. And so I do a little more to proactively check and confirm they got what they needed. Can we consider it done? Is there anything more they need? So for today's activity, I'd like you to think about the different things you do in your day and everything from meetings to emails to projects, and who are your end users? And how well do you understand them? And do you know what they do with the information you provide after you're done? And are there groups you struggle with? Is there maybe a development goal you'd like to set for yourself if there's a certain group that you do struggle with to improve your effectiveness and treating them as end users? You could also maybe set up informational interviews with them and learn more about what they need and ask for feedback on what they want and what was useful for them, and learn more about what they do with it next. You might be surprised to discover that you don't understand their perspective as much as you think you do, and you might learn that a simple change could make a huge difference. So that's it for today's episode. Please leave a comment and let me know if there's questions you have or ideas for other topics for in the future. Click the like button and subscribe to be notified when there's future episodes, and we'll see you next time on Ask Me When It's Over.